Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. As you know, we had the tragic issue yesterday, and we wanted to try to give you as much information as we can, and we have a couple of speakers. But before I do, I just want to acknowledge and really thank, this is a very tragic situation where people are coming together, and all the support and the kind words, and it's about helping the families. But I want to thank Congressman Amo, Representative Magazina, Senator Reed's office. I know they're being represented. Senator Whitehouse, you'll hear from the governor, who's been very supportive. Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos, Representative of Secretary of State's office, Leanne Bryan. I know the secretary had talked to me personally. General Treasurer Diosa. I believe we have North Smithfield Town Administrator Scott Gibbs. Town of Coventry Representative Council President J.P. Verducci. You'll hear from the Superintendent of Schools, Randy Buck. And we have the Council President Mercer, members of the Council, members of the School Committee, as well as the Pawtucket Athletic Director, Dino, as well as many others. And if I missed any, I'm not going to go through the individual. We have Ron Bopey from the union, but this is where a community comes together in these very difficult times. I just want to recognize and also thank all of the responding organizations for their family, at the Family Assistance Service, as well as all of the others, but the Pawtucket EMA and the certain volunteers, the Rhode Island Emergency Management, Providence Emergency Management, Red Cross, Family Service of Rhode Island Medical Service Corps, Tide Family Services, Dorian Ray from the Rhode Island Crime Victims, and really somebody that was so helpful, but a partner was Ripta, who helped us yesterday in the very heart of the issue. So, on behalf of the City of Pawtucket, we are deeply overwhelmed from the tremendous outpour of support that we've received across our state, and you see it here supporting it. Yesterday, our community, but many communities, our state experienced an unthinkable tragedy and at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena. What should have been a joyful gathering of students, parents, athletes, and families and their friends became a moment of really a frustrating and turmoil, and it's shaken the community of Pawtucket and the communities of all the representatives that are here in the state, as well as the core hockey community. I know Mayor Lombardi is here, also Mayor De Silva, and their communities were affected. So this is a statewide issue. And today we stand here all together with heavy hearts. We stand with the players, the students, the coaches, the families, the faculty and the staff who have gone through this traumatic, from the staff from the school districts who are dealing with this, and those cooperative and the high school hockey teams. The young men and the young women and the young athletes who took the ice, to the parents and their loved ones. They were in the stands and they witnessed this. And to the educators and supporters who make those programs possible, please know that the city stands behind you, the state stands behind you in your grief and your compassion and your unwavering support. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the first responders from all over the state and out of state, to our mutual partner, aid partners who rushed to assist, from the local communities to the state and federal. The response from the public agencies across the state was immediate, coordinated, and extraordinary, and we really can't thank them enough. In the face of what chaos and danger, they acted with professionalism, courage, and care. Their actions helped protect lives and restore order during the incredibly difficult situation. We also want to recognize the remarkable bravery of the Good Samaritans who stepped in without hesitation, placing themselves in harm's way to stop that shooter. Their courage undoubtedly prevented further loss and injury, and we thank them for that. We are equally grateful for the health professionals who were there, present at the game, and rendered aid to the victims. Their skill, composure, and selflessness represents the very best of humanity, and they are true heroes. While this incident was deeply affected the city, we must acknowledge the difficult realities. This tragedy is part of a broader national crisis of gun violence and stark reminder of devastating consequences of domestic violence. We also understand the events like this can be deeply triggering, particularly for the survivors and the families, impacted by violence. If you are struggling, please seek the help and support you need, and the governor will be talking a little bit about that. We recognize that the emotional impact of this event will not fade away overnight, and grief, fear, and confusion and trauma are real and they are lasting. Mental health support services are available, and we encourage everyone and anyone that needs them, that are affected directly or indirectly, please reach out. No one should feel that they must navigate this alone. Our city remains committed to clear communication, to supporting those impacted, and working closely with all of the law enforcement partners as the investigating communities continue to investigate. Pawtucket is a very strong and resilient community. We will learn from one another. We will support one another, and together we will get through this. I now would like to take a minute and turn it over to the chief, who will give you a brief update as to where the investigation stands.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you again for coming. I know this is our third update since yesterday within a 24-hour period. What I can tell you again from yesterday is about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, Pawtucket Police received a call for an active shooter at Dennis Lynch Arena. Once we received that call, the police responded within 60 to 90 seconds. What we learned was that there was an individual suspect inside Lynch Arena that had fired upon family members. What I can confirm now is that the suspect was Robert Dorgan. His date of birth is July 15th of 1969. One of the victims was his ex-wife, Rhonda Dorgan, and also his son, adult son Aiden Dorgan. Rhonda succumbed to her injuries on scene at Lynch Arena, and the son Aiden succumbed to his injuries after being transported to the hospital. We have three other individuals, Linda Dorgan and Gerald Dorgan, which are the parents of Rhonda. They are at the hospital now. They are in critical care, and we continue to receive updates about their status. The final victim was Thomas Geruso. He is a family friend of the family, and he is also in critical care at the hospital, and we continue to monitor his progress. What I can tell you is that they were all at the event for a son, a juvenile son who was playing hockey. It was their senior night, and there was no expectations or any indication that there was going to be any type of violence yesterday at the arena. I can tell you that individuals on site, several bystanders, I would say that probably whether they have been family or friends of the individuals playing hockey, stepped in, they intervened, and at least 3 bystanders were able to circum the suspect. At that time, the suspect did reach for a second firearm, and he did inflict a self-inflicted gunshot wound, which is what he succumbed to on scene. I can tell you that there were first responders on scene outside of Pawtucket, several nurses, several firefighters, and they also rendered aid to the victims until fire personnel responded. Once police responded, obviously we were met with a tremendous amount of people exiting the arena. We were able to make entry, and we also rendered aid to those individuals until they could be transported to the hospital. Central Falls Rescue and Pawtucket Rescue responded, and they also rendered aid. What I can tell you from what we've learned so far is that this individual had responded to hockey games in the past to watch their son play hockey, and that this was not unusual for them to respond to watch a hockey game. Again, there was no indication from the family or friends that any violence was underway or that they were in fear of this specific individual. What I would like to say is obviously the investigation is ongoing. We continue to look into maybe what the motivation was. We're not sure at this point what the triggered event was that happened yesterday. We are conducting several search warrants at this time, looking for additional information. We have reviewed several videos, both internally because it was a sporting event, so Live Bond was streaming that event for the families. We have also witnessed and we've combed through videos of parents that were videoing their individual children playing the game, which of that they love. So we have been kind of streaming through that to make sure that we're getting a clear picture of what happened. We ask that any video that may not have been forwarded to us is forwarded to the police department. We also ask that information that's coming out only come out through, obviously, the Pawtucket Police Department in the city of Pawtucket. We will be the ones that are pushing out the facts to you. So if you have questions, again, we ask that you reach out to us specifically and not to rely on social media posts. those posts that we putting out there are not necessarily accurate, and they're trying to spin a story in a different way. So we ask that you rely on the information that we're giving you. What I also can tell you is, again, we worked with several community events. We've worked with our local partners, our state partners, our federal partners. There was a lot of outside help that showed up on the scene. I can tell you right now we have individuals working in another state with the FBI trying to assist Pawtucket in search warrants that we have ongoing right now. As for any further updates, as we get additional information, as things come about, if we get any more videos or things that we can comb over, we were going to push out that information just like we did yesterday. As we get more information, we would like to share it with you, and then that way, you know, you have the story as it's unfolding. Again, what I can say is the suspect did succumb to their injuries yesterday. Our hearts go out to the families that were affected. Obviously, the children that were on the ice. This was supposed to be a joyous event for them. It was their senior night at a hockey game, a normal high school game that should have gone on without any type of violence, whether it be inside the rink or outside the rink. So again, we ask that you respect the privacy of those families and just give them some time to grieve. This was a tragic incident that obviously resulted in a domestic violence incident that, you know, is unfathomable that had that happen in our city. So again, we ask that you respect some of the family members, and again, this was one large family that was affected. I'm going to turn it over to the governor, and then at the end, if you have some questions, we'll let you ask them at that point. Governor?
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief. It's another sad day in Rhode Island. Here in Pawtucket, just imagine, we all have families. To have virtually a complete family shot and several killed, I just can't imagine what those families are going through and the people who are close to them. So our thoughts are with them, and also our thoughts are with the city of Pawtucket, Mayor Grebian and the Chief. Thank you and your whole team for the response that you've had. And our role is to continue to provide the state resources as people recover, wherever they need them. So here in Pawtucket, as always, Mayor, I stand here with Pawtucket and make sure that we reaffirm that commitment here, but also throughout the state of Rhode Island. This is an impact that's going to have a ripple effect throughout the state on many levels, whether it's just in families and friends, or it's in the communities that are represented in that rink, whether it's in the interscholastic sports territory, or whether it's in the schools that have been impacted. This is an event where we need to catch our breath, but also we need to respond, and we will. Too many Rhode Islanders know what it feels like to lose a loved one, or a neighbor, or a friend to gun violence. And too many have experienced the tragedy of domestic violence. And we've made efforts in that area. We're going to double down in that area. That's a really important thing that we are going to move forward on to make sure that this domestic violence issue is one that we focus on as a state. Many members of our community are struggling right now, and I want them to know that our state is here to support each and every one of them. Director Mark Pappas is here today. I've instructed Mark to coordinate all the statewide efforts with all the different providers, all the different departments, whether it's at RIDE or whether it's in our health department. Mark will continue to organize that and make sure that we're deploying all those assets in a way that families and students and everyone that's impacted by this event will receive the help that they need. Today we put forward a dedicated statewide virtual support hub that you'll have that information on for anyone who needs any help, whether it's mental health services, domestic violence, resources, guidance on how to talk with the students or children in all the communities. Yesterday I spoke to each and every municipal leader that had representation at the rink, whether it's in North Smithfield with Scott or whether it's in East Providence, Coventry, Johnston with Mayor Policina. Mayor Rivera, talked to her. First responders came in from Central Falls, as the mayor said. This is a ripple effect that's going to impact families all around the state of Rhode Island, North Providence included in particular. So we're going to stand with the people in the state, and we're going to provide the resources in a difficult time, but that's our job, is to make sure that we're doing that, and we will. People who need help, they can go to governor.ri.gov/support-hub. That's governor.ri.gov/support-hub. They can see all the resources that will be available to them, and we'll continue to be on the ground, making sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure that we respond in a compassionate and thoughtful way. With that, I'll let Commissioner Infante-Green come up and speak about the issues that are impacting the LEAs, all the education, all the students in the state.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Mayor, for all the work. My heart is with the family and students who were impacted directly or indirectly by the shooting at the arena yesterday. Rhode Island is such a small state that the impact of this violence is being felt by all of us, especially students across our state. School and sporting events should be a safe place, a place of joy, a place of unity. Because we're so small, we know someone that was impacted by this tragedy, either directly through that person or somebody that was a spectator, but this has impacted our entire state. The unity that we saw when spectators came to support is the unity that we have in Rhode Island, especially at our sporting events. We are one. So we want to thank them, and we want to continue to move as a community. So I say to the students and the families that are listening, we are here. We're here to support you. You're not alone. Just because schools are closed this week, we are working, all of government is working to support you. There's a community of people here for you. If you need help during this hard time, and any of you that have seen the video, just by watching what happened, raises our anxiety. Ask for help. If you need immediate help, please contact 988, the Suicide and Crisis Line. You don't have to wait to go back to school. The Rhode Island Department of Education will have resources on the website. We will also be linking to the governor's website, but there will be supports on how to talk to your students, how to have conversations from students to students, what the teachers can do in preparation for school to return and for the schools that are currently open this week.